Hello, hello there. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, today is rather another day. It's in the winter. Extremely monotonous winter time, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Ugh, yeah. So working on an AR-88, which is an ancient flips, dropped an ash, which is an ancient receiver, fixing up some structural issues with the case, checking all the different components in it. I'll make another smoke. Stay there if you're interested in what I'm saying. I don't know. Still got that influenza A. All right. Well, you know what they say. Gotta stay healthy. Just had a nice, hot, long bath. Oh, I get a lot of comments, right? There we go, made it smoke. I get a lot of comments. How to replicate the Hudson effect. Well, that's quite a thing, isn't it? Trying to go over details of every receiver, transmitter, power supply, magnetic supply, the small nuclear source I use, the geometries, the corona rings, the electrostatic systems. Good Lord, I don't know. You want to know how to replicate it? Start with, I keep saying to people, studying the very early stages books, the ARRL handbook, Popular Science, Steinmetz, okay? Read Colorado Springs Note, written by Mr. Tesla himself. Get this is all the basic foundation stuff. What? Henry, you got to study all these characters. And work your way up to what you want to do, right? I'm sure you have no experiences in high tension hyperpower circuits. Good lordy, I don't think so. I mean, whoa. But again, there's some gifted people out there somewhere that like vintage stuff and studying vintage stuff, studying physics and that kind of thing. Maybe with those degrees, once you get locked into the system of trying to get a degree, you're kind of programmed then into this area. Simple basic RF transmission. Well, gee, you can light up a toaster in your parents' home or wherever you are with a lot of watts. I mean, there's that basic stuff. But there's a lot of other things. You got to study Madame Curie and all the weird things she discovered. I studied all this because the only thing I watched on TV was The Outer Limits or X-Files or Star Trek. Plus some vintage movies. I've been mostly alone, you know. I had a lot of girlfriends, yeah. A lot of other sexual partners. Because I like life extension, sex, and all that cool stuff. Do you? Or are you programmed by religion. Ah, I don't know the answer to that. Your own self-made purgatory. Mine is no better than yours. I got my own self-made purgatory. Mostly based in neurosis. Neurotic psycho react. Psycho neurotic phobic react. I have a lot of interests. Many other interests. So it's always study all the time. I'm learning something new every day, for Pete's sake. I have to study all these things all the time. Never ending. Oh, that's what I gotta do, take a picture of a certain plug. Amphenol blue strip type with a ruler. Getting some help on things like that, you know. Oh, I need one of those. Okay, what size, what number? And all that stuff. So I rely on other people. So what? Study. Go back to that comment I get all the time. Ooh, that was a weird feeling. There's so much to learn, and also in future sciences too, like antimatter propulsion. Why antimatter? Because the antimatter puts on anti-gravitational effects. No, there's no aliens around. They would not bother coming here. Come on. UFOs, who knows? Some people are full of bullshit. So am I. Kinda. Sorta. No, I'm not really. I don't know what I am. But anyway, I'm wandering around like this today. As I said, I was working on AR-88 and it's in my head. So, like that. Anyway, I think the best people in the frontier times now are the young generation, like Charlie, Bernard, Crypto Alchemist. The older generation are getting into things that are really cool. Like my partner George Hathaway, I have the greatest respect for him, and Bob Greener, who are flashing at me a lot, you know, because they've been studying a lot of stuff for a long time. Okay, Ken Shoulders, he's passed away. Dr. Rauscher, she passed away. So many people passed away, it's pretty bad. Anyway, I'm talking a bunch of nonsense right now. I missed a spot. I'm sorry. Oh. I'm surprised some people take me serious because I'm so crazy. But oh well. I love being crazy, by the way, acting silly. I love acting silly, number one. I like acting silly, number one. My name is Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Please stand down now. I was doing that stuff. I was acting silly on the warships when I was working on them. Did you know that? You probably have even seen the videos. I took videos of myself acting silly, playing with the 3-inch 50 cannons. And the 3-inch 70s, and plus other things on the ships. But I got the job done for the project manager, took apart all the artillery and ordnance, all the electronics, sonar, radar, all that stuff, and He even did a little bit of engineering in the engineering section of the warships. Destroyers. I love Columbia because it had the limbo mortar system and vintage 50s, 60s electronics. Mackenzie was interesting as well. And getting into more 1980s, 90s stuff, it's still with the 3-inch 50s, 70s, but Columbia only had limbo mortar. Still got lots of it here. Of the ship. Parts, pieces. I didn't want any money. No. No money. Because I got funded by Japan and later Germany, was all the money I needed. So I would do things for them, do my duties, and make free energy machines. Or so-called free energy machines, but the crystal power cells, the high power type. But working on the warships, I just wanted components and to learn. I just sat down and started working. Wes Roos, I kept saying that man should be hired. I said, no, Wes, I don't want any money. I'm just going to do what I want to do, and I guarantee you I can get it all done for you. He agreed. Ooh, I'm just stretching and that. I did a nice long hot bath. So the rebuild is going on. It's kind of freaky in some ways. Can I do it or can I not do it? Will I fail? I don't know because the effects are so random. But hopefully we'll have monitoring all the time with cameras to capture anything weird. Do I really want to do it? I'm more interested in this to give to Bob Greener and George Hathaway. I owe them that much, for Pete's sake. As well as other folks that have been studying this for a long time. Don't want to mention any names. It's interesting that way, as well as mechanically engineering and rebuilding stuff. It's been quite a while. I've mostly been working with machine tools, restoration, and cannons and stuff like that, plus Navy stuff, but we're not getting it done. So I gotta make for a small nuclear source, which is just uranium ore. Gotta make that again with a spiral spark gap and high voltage and all that. It's just slowly getting there. A lot of the key issues is in relation to direct current, high voltage, and RF, and one of the key things is extending your mind or senses to using radio receivers. Lots of them, covering all bands, listening to the patterns in nature as well as other weird things that have happened that I can't explain really. But there's another dimension. You've seen maybe one of my videos. I'm lucky to capture some of the radio signals briefly on iPad, uploaded to this channel. Tells me there's something there, plus other things that have happened over a long period of time, and observing others that have kind of went some unusual places. So I'm thinking that possibly there's a time dilation that could be worked into in gravimetric tension. Yeah, I know. I could get a spacecraft, go at the speed of light. Time would have accelerated on Earth at least 100 years, for me a couple of weeks, come back, land, and I'd be in a time machine. So, anyway. It's going to be another way. Instead of doing that huge, epic travel thing, you need an antimatter engine. plus years of ion drive, maybe. So back to UFOs. A lot of them are just imagination station, but maybe some of them are real. But aliens, I have not seen the aliens. Maybe they're way beyond our comprehension, so we can't really interpret them. That's probable. And they wouldn't be eating and shitting stuff all the time like humans do, and all our dear animals on this planet. They would probably tap into a universal source like zero point energy or cosmic or the hydrogen line and use that as refueling if they need to refuel. You could drop down a few and eat pure vitamins and minerals. You're getting close, but still you gotta go to that little porcelain toilet. And under observation, aliens would observe us as a tremendous threat to space, and they would probably calculate it would take us a couple hundred years to reach the time where we can get into hyperdrive. How long have I been chatting for? Oh, don't I look dashing today, Major? I gotta check how many minutes this is. Ooh, 16. So, yeah. Gene Roddenberry, one of my favorite people in what he created, speculated. Lady Godiva. Let's see what I can do here. Wow. Alrighty. I'm so narcissistic. Alright. I'm leaning this against this bottle. Don't go off on me. Don't fall over, thank you. That's full, yeah. Bottle. Yeah, it's amazing that humans actually have tribes, and the tribes are called countries, and they have all these rules and regulations in the tribes. And they fight each other at epic proportions. I mean, wow. Pretty weird, isn't it? Look at the wars going on now, and look at all the violence around the planetoid. Humans are super violent, nasty creatures. They even, with their little tribes or countries or whatever you want to call them, they have these nuclear things to exterminate each other at beyond epic proportions. It's incredible. That's really something, Doctor. So, it's from my point of view, again. And I'm stuck in this time. Ugh. It's an interesting time, but oh well. Weird sound. Truly is an interesting time. But everything around me has been built by humans, and that's quite impressive. Let's say clothes I wear, designed, engineered, the machines made these. People design them. I buy them. Pay for the energy kind of thing. And that's one item. There's items everywhere. A lighter. It's all engineered. Machines and people finding it. Thousands of things going back in time. It's fascinating. I got stuff from 16th century. Late 16th century. Old pistols. And a few other crazy things. It's a very industrious species. And humans actually made it to the moon. All those scientists and engineers building that big spacecraft, the Apollo. I believe I got some of that here, the Apollo radio. The engineering in it is 60s, but it's impressive. Holy moly. All the machines required to make these things. That's just one artifact. Or R390 or R390URR, a dozens of other electronic things and machines and steam engines and jet aircraft. That's one thing I like is jet aircraft. I like flying. Done a lot of flying to different countries. I always fall asleep. Why am I making this video? Oh, maybe somebody will pick up because Bob is really busy with George Hathaway and other people getting my history, so I'm going to keep talking and maybe Bob has a moment he can listen to some of the truncated, nonsensical gibberish I'm saying. I don't know, but I like talking. I've always been a show-off, you know that. Come on. Go on TV. Oh, yeah. Why? Because I like it. And I got some of the TV shows that film crews filming me. It's funny. Anyway, I'm just a lovey-dovey, Mr. Lovey-dovey. Just a show off. As you can see, I like showing off. Okay. I should have been a clown in a circus. I'd done that. Not in a circus, but for kids. I always wind up babysitting kids or animals, and I don't mind it because they're so funny. See, at Riverview, I did help the staff with patients. I did the in Valley View, part of Riverview, I did the floors with a polisher and mopping, as well as helping staff with patients. What was his name? Ken Mayoshi. Was it Ken Mayoshi or another staff member? Harold Hood tried to commit suicide upstairs in the Killside unit. I helped the staff clean up all the blood. Done a lot of stuff like that. I wonder whatever happened to all those. Roy Scharfel, Nancy Jane Snyder, Maria, who I was with when we went on the weekend. Crease Center of Crease Clinic is actually offices and psychological center. But on the weekends, I picked the locks. Take my trusty date inside the psychological room or the chapel on the 4th floor. She had come around. Oh, it's nice and thick. I said, yeah. Have some fun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'll never forget Nancy Jane Snyder. Whoa, wow. No, to be honest, I had a lot of fun in Happy Acres, as they call it. So I got my degree in psychology and helping psychiatric nurses. I met a lot of people in there that thought they were somebody else, you know. Ron Matilla, a psychopathic killer, trying to rehabilitate him in the hillside. I wonder what happened to him. Those kind of people I kind of got nervous around. They just could jump you any minute. Anyway, at increased clinic on the staircase going to the kitchen, there's always a priest sitting there on the stairs. I said, "Would you like something?" And I said, "Sure, what do you got?" So he, never mind. We won't go there, but we did. He did. I had a lot of fun in those places. The fourth floor in West Lawn building, oh, I had access to that. It was an abandoned ward at that time, and we used to have a lot of fun up there. Go up there and fool around. I'm not kidding. If any of these people are still alive, like Constable Brookbank of the RCMP, or Dr. Slichter, or Dr. Alice Kramer, or they vouched that I was a little slut. Oh yeah, Nancy Jane Snyder. Wow. Anyway, as time progressed, I moved off to the Drexel Rooms, 5 East Hastings Street, to reorganize everything and moved to North Vancouver at 1458 East 29th Street, Lynn Valley, North Vancouver. Anyway, when I was at Drexel Rooms, there was this man. He would always say, "You got nice hangers." I think, do you want to check them out? So I had adventures in there like that. I always remember going to the bathroom though, take my 6-shooter. It was a rough place, telling you that. And I bought a Lee Enfield rifle for only $20 around the corner. $20. Now hundreds, if not 1,000. Anyway, moving to that, I got involved with the Lynn County Ecology Center. I was on welfare, special welfare, and got involved in, you could make extra money if you worked, so I did. For the Lynn County Ecology Center, what else I did? Fire patrol work, carry a piss tank on your back and a walkie-talkie and go through the forest and see if there's any fires. So I moved along all through that. Surplus was everywhere. I got everything, most of it free. KS Mod electrical machinery donated to me or gave to me all their vintage electrical stuff. And as time progressed, I had a relationship with a transgender guy. Learned all about that whole scene. Fell in love with a lady from Austria. I won't mention any names. Then I was into the Hutchison Effect stuff, to giving demos to different people over a long at a time. Met George Hathaway, Alex Pissarro. Then people from SAIC, I mentioned that before. Let others will come and go. Then demo that kind of failed with U.S. Army Intelligence Security Command, Los Alamos Naval Research Labs. And then I gave successful demos to George Jack, Halcott McDonald, Douglas Aerospace, CTV News, plus others. Canadian government misinterpreted the results because there's stuff banging around. They wrote up a report, which is, I could not get videos because it's a matter of national security, according to, is it Perrin Beatty, Minister of Defense? I assume I remember Parliament Chapcock. So I moved on. Then in the 90s, they were doing those TV shows, lots of them, one after another, kind of. I got involved with Marianne Miller and other wild women and other folks. Let's just say that for now. Marianne was quite a character. Got married in 2007 to Helena, who wanted to change me to wear certain clothes and look certain ways, and that's when I, after 4 or 5 months in Scottsdale, Arizona, I just got on that plane and took off to Vancouver again and set up the lab and did more demos. And I had some interesting ladies and contacts and people and things, and then I met Nancy and flew off to Minnesota and then flew back to Canada, and my rent was automatically paid, by the way. And a lot of stuff I'm leaving out because it takes too long to talk about it, like the effects for ruining people's dishes and ornaments and stuff in their apartments, and it's closed down by the mayor and Mayor M. Wright of the West Vista, British Columbia, Canada. It's a fire marshal. It's all documented on the news and stories and papers and stuff. Anyway, I decided to leave Canuckland, and I did so. Got rid of the labs. I told you this before. On and on. Then, went to the Gulf of Mexico. It was a very interesting experience. Using radio waves and frequencies to disassociate oil from water. It was documented by scientists. Before and after samples. And moved back to Minnesota, got married to Nancy. Then, decided to go to the coast. Fukushima happened, and I know about that ELF radio signals and extremely low radio signals interfere with the flow of cosmic rays, so I did that, and now I'm at rebuilding the H-Effect lab and doing other crazy things. It's getting dark. It means I've got to take my vitamins. Turn the alarms on, turn off all the heat. And, oh yeah, I gotta take a picture of the back end of that Apollo radio with that ruler. Get that done. Oh yeah, check on eBay and see if they still sell these cute little Bojo Boho Bingo pantaloons. I went through lots of these over the years. Kind of wear out, but I like them. They fit nice and comfy. So I told you about making public some of my crazy life, huh? I don't care. Influenza. Still got some of that in me, but hopefully it'll go away. I don't see why they don't call this a pandemic. It lasts longer than the COVID. I had the COVID a year ago. I was not that sick, but kind of would prefer that than what this influenza A thing I got. Anyway. So I wonder what comments I get on this ridiculous, insane video, if any. Feel free to comment. And I don't urge you to subscribe or even ring that ridiculous bell. And I noticed that on YouTube, there's a lot of YouTube robot people. They seem to talk similar, the same. I want to see our robots. You know how they go on and on and on, but very clear and professional without stumbling on anything. Anyway. Still light out. So I'm gonna get another smoke and do my vitamins in a minute. I know you want to see my little dress and everything. Okay. Well, these are my boho panties. Jiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Jelly ass. Jelly ass, Captain? Yeah, jelly ass. Anyway. So tomorrow, I'm working on more radio stuff that came in. Yeah, I don't see anybody donating warships or destroyers or electronics. They're all just sitting around looking at this video, I guess. A little surprised my friends at the Department of Defense. Maybe they can't do that. I know I had a similar problem with the Canadian government because I got some of their equipment and asked them if they have any, and so we would like to, but I have to go through channels, Crown Assets Disposal. I did get some of it. That's Dr. Loken and Dr. Harold Wilson. I got their lighters. And I still have their equipment. Oop. Oop. It's got DREP stamped right on them, which means Defense Region Establishment Pacific. Good people. I like working with them for that short period of time. I like working with the Los Alamos and U.S. government, the Canadian government, no problem. I would say the problem is me not performing. So yeah, that's one of those kind of things where you get yourself in a certain mindset and tune everything to certain frequencies, make sure everything's working properly, and kind of a hit and miss thing. Luckily for us, 6 o'clock news, it happened, and a few other news stories. And I got it in making it continuous, but not dramatic, sort of fixed in an area. And I was filmed by a lot of people. Wow. Goofing around. I shouldn't be goofing around, I should be doing something. It's probably a 40-minute video, I think. Just gotta find out how long it is. So that's my crazy spiel for today, which is totally garbage, but enjoy it. Oh, 38 minutes. Woo. Let's make it 40. Being bodacious.
Hi, doctor. I need an examination.
Oh, what's that supposed to be?
I don't know.
Hello, Carla. Where are you hiding, you stupid blonde dingbat?
I'm hiding in your brain cells, John. Come on, guy.
Yeah, I promise. I'll do a full Carla thing. I've done it in public. I like making fun of the things, you know, like, Like,
Hi, Constable. What do you got in your pants? Is that your pistol, or are you just happy to see me?
copyright Mae West. I'm a little dingy today. Well, that's physical work for you. Gets the endorphins going as well as many other ridiculous things. Oh, I can't show nipples. I got nipple lash. You know what nipple lash is? You better find out because it's going to make world news. I'm not kidding. Logic dictates, Captain, that this human that you're seeing on YouTube is most illogical. His patterns of thought are random and scattered. I recommend he go to logic school and do not go to fuzzy logic school. He's definitely some kind of weird human that needs something. But what, I don't know. Okay, Mr. Spock. We'll try that for you, sure, number one. Geordie, are you there? Geordie? I guess Geordie's in engineering. Yes, I'm Jean-Luc Picard, captain of the USS Enterprise. Somehow my thought patterns and my whole being got transferred into this long-haired weird person that's talking right now. Mr. Wolf, please check all indicators of any alien presence. I don't like being like this, number one. Okay, enough schizophrenia for now, so I'm gonna go. Gotta have a happy face. Ending with this, so... Okay, I'm ending with this. Back to reality. Gotta work.